Welcome back, beautiful people. This is Coach Andrew coming to you live with another day of the greatest guide for beginner runners. Today we're going to talk about one of the biggest issues I see most people that get into running have, and that is that they wonder, when should I run, and how do I set myself up with a consistent time to get that run in and fit it into my schedule. I work in the corporate world. I work a 9 to 5, actually 8 to 5 with an hour lunch, and so I totally get that it can be tough to get a run in, especially when you have, you need to eat, you need to sleep. Running doesn't work if you don't eat and sleep and drink water all day, and a lot of people even work longer hours, and so that can be really tough. So today I want to go over how we can find a way to balance everything we have in our life with also getting a jog or a run in every day. So first off, I just want to say that with my training plan, I try to give people workouts that don't go longer than an hour on a daily basis besides the long run. But that long run is typically only on the weekends, and so hopefully one of those 2 days in the weekend you have just a touch more than an hour. But really, we don't need to run a long run for over 90 minutes unless we're training for like our first marathon. Anything else, I feel like can really be a little bit of overkill, and you get a little bit more benefit from just chilling. So the first issue that we can cover is what do we do when we have like these varied days and it can be tough to get a run in. So what I suggest is trying to get your run in first thing in the morning. I think for most people it works. It works best. The training works best when they get it done out of the way, and then they can't make any excuses to not do it the rest of the day. The later in the day you leave the training, the more and more excuses you can find to not do that training, I find. And so unless you're really disciplined, my advice is to get up an hour earlier and try to get that training in. One of the things that can help with you getting up an hour earlier is making plans with people to run. I've talked about this in previous videos, but I'm going to talk about it in future videos. Making plans with people to run is a great way to get you up and out the door. My coach, Evan, who's been a huge help in my transition, always talks about, how that can help the accountability part. When you have to meet someone, that really helps. So first thing, getting up. Second thing, we want to do the run as early in the day as possible. And then third thing, we also want to have people to run with. Now, if you can't get up early or you need to get to work, pretty early, in my case, I get to work at 8, and so I don't like to get up before 7 because I find it impacts my sleep. I always run at between 5 and 5:30 p.m. Or on my lunch break, but typically between 5 or 5:30 p.m. The reason for this is because once I'm done with work, I can go home, and then I am very, very disciplined. I also make it really hard for myself to go back home and sit on the couch and not run. I typically will bring my running stuff to the office, or if I'm at home, I will put my running stuff on my bed so I cannot go to sleep and take a nap or do anything like that. And so when you already have your stuff prepped to run, I think it makes it a lot more difficult for you to avoid that and scroll on Reels, watch YouTube, procrastinate the run. The key to doing all of this is that you got to get out there and start. You can't delay it. And so the final thing that I'm going to say is that the final tip to you is that we don't want to be too strict to the training plan. And what I mean by that is that we want to give ourselves grace in how we feel that day. So consistency is better than nothing. And so, say you have a busy day, you get called back into work, or you really, you need to get back on, or you're just not feeling good. What we want to do is we want to make sure we at least get something. So even a 20-minute jog is at least something for us, and will give us a little bit of benefit and just keep that consistency going. And as we continue to run more days in a row and work up, we'll get more consistent with it, and become better at making sure we run daily. So those are my solutions to why it hurts to not having a set practice time, and how to make sure that you get up and try to do a run each day. So take those things into consideration in your training. I appreciate you guys. I hope this video is helpful. Follow me, DM me for some training. I'd love to write some free training for you guys in your hopeful journey to learning how to run.